evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This week, it's an out-of-this-world experience. We know Wade rejects soundproofing and wants to discuss senatorial probing, anal or no. Skeptical Mark discloses the true and terrible origin of octopuses and their ilk. God Mode Bob stands for your entertainment but misses his butt cheeks being cupped. From horny comets to scenic Cincinnati. Yes, it's time for Aliens Among Us, Part 2. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's host because I am the winner.
Wait to winner, you heard it here first.
Yeah, I heard it. It's patented. I think that's how patents work.
Patented.
Can we edit before I take this off and it's... Nah, never mind. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm joined as always by my co-hosts Mark and Bob. Hey!
Hey!
I'm standing up. Get ready for a lot of this.
Bob's joined doing the Distractible Challenge, where every time we film, he's going to have a new background from now on. You'll never know where we'll be.
I got one of those green screens, so I could do that, but I don't feel like it.
Well, I did, and I somehow ended up in a toilet, so... Yeah.
You still don't have foam behind you. I don't want to call you out completely, but didn't you say several weeks ago?
I ordered stuff. It was the wrong stuff. I ordered more stuff. I've got it.
Why didn't you just put the wrong... What do you mean the wrong stuff?
It's foam, right? It's just black foam?
Yeah, but aesthetically it wasn't going to be pleasing to me.
Well, then why didn't you just put it up temporarily?
Because I didn't like it.
Well, I don't like the way it sounds.
I'm with you. No, Wade's onto something here. I'm feeling it.
So you have piles of foam?
Dude, I've got 8 piles of foam.
Just sitting away from where you are? You could keep them in the... Are they in the room where you are?
No. They're down the hall.
Why wouldn't you just bring them in the room? They would help.
Because they were the wrong ones.
Oh my god.
Where's your Bob? Where's Bob's foam?
I'm in a... You guys need some laundry done, or?
I bet you could make the echo worse by opening all the cabinets and opening the washer and dryer, just really letting the resonance get in there. Not like that. Just keep them open.
I get every time I talk, good point, Mark. I'm fine. I'm trying to eat ice cream, and
Oh man, for everyone listening, Bob is in a laundry room, and I can't make fun of him for that because I have recorded many things in laundry rooms. They are actually pretty okay places to record.
Usually they're full of laundry.
Yeah, but they're nice contained spaces. They're usually a smaller room in the place, and it is.
Well, this
nice.
one happens to have a shelf that's right. The camera is right at eye height.
That is so also
I'm standing perfectly straight up, and this is it's nice.
That was a tricky thing whenever I was on vacation, was trying to find a sitting area where I could have a camera where I wasn't holding it. It was going like this the whole time.
You should have put it on one of those GoPro sticks and just walked around the whole episode.
If I ever bought one of those, it would have stayed in the box. So I would have never seen it.
You're right. Hey, when do I scream really loud that we're all going to die?
Give me 45 seconds.
Okay, you got it.
I guess I didn't explain why we're all here. We're here on the show because we host, and that's our show. If you want to know the rules, go watch a different episode. I don't feel like rehashing. We're too late in at this point. I'm a host. These guys will compete. One of them will host next episode. Small talk time. How are you?
Yesterday night, I got to Cincinnati after doing 2,400 miles in 3 days.
That's a lot of miles. That sounds awful.
My butt hurts. It was actually fun, but my butt really hurts.
I should have been there to welcome you back, but I don't know where you live, so...
We're all gonna die!
Thank you, Mark. Is that your small talk?
Yes. You want to know why?
Is it have to do with today's episode or something else?
Microplastics?
Oh, no. Those are fine. Those are incorporated into our DNA, and we're okay. This is breaking news as of when we're recording this, which as of when people are listening to this, you might already be dead. You just don't know it yet. So... Quote, devil comet heading straight toward Earth.
Well, how long, I guess, how far?
Well, okay, so first off, the when we'll know, but it's a cryovolcanic meteor.
Why will we know? It's the devil comet, so in the distance you'll just start to hear, the devil!
You just hear a banjo playing.
The headline I found says it grows horns, so I guess it is a Horny comet.
Anyway, it's a cryovolcanic meteor, which I think sounds super badass. Okay, so there's a thing. The headline says head straight towards Earth. And in the article, the first sentence says will pass close to Earth. So I'm going to go with the headline as the truth here.
Straight at that spot close to Earth.
But it is like underwent a cold volcanic eruption, which is strange, but it has horns. Yes, it does have horns. It's going to pass a death-defying 144 million miles away. A mere inch in the scope of the universe.
Yeah, as far as universe stuff goes, I don't know if that's close or not at all. How far away is the sun?
That's as far as California is from like the UK, right?
Okay, how far is the sun? 93 million miles.
So it's slightly further from us than the sun is.
It's heading straight for us.
But it's a very small cryovolcanic asteroid.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a cold volcanic eruption.
Does it erupt snow?
I don't know. And I don't even have a picture of it. I don't even know if this is real.
It's just a volcano and a guy standing next to it in a puffy coat and a hat, and he's just all, oh, it's cold. That's it.
Man, people who are watching this on Spotify must be really glad that we have the visual representation of this.
I rubbed my chest and I blew hot air in my hands. You missed it.
All right, anyway, that's my small talk, except it's probably not.
If we do die, though, and no one ever hears this episode, you were so right.
Yeah, if we're dead all by the time people hear this, I was right.
Do you get anything for being... You know what, Mark? 2 points if you're right.
If I'm right?
Yeah.
Future points.
Do you have other small talk? Because you said it wasn't your small talk.
So much has happened that I can't even remember what it was.
Sounds fun.
Well, that was fun to talk it through. All right. Well, we're all going to die and Bob moved. That is the small talk. We have no other updates for you at this time.
How many points do I get if I successfully move?
I don't know. What's fair? Like 3?
Oh, you're the judge. Is that fair?
All right. 3's fine. How many did I say?
Didn't you already get points for moving? I could have sworn that the last time we did something, there was like some points being assigned for moving.
These are conditional points. And also, I already successfully moved, so I get the points.
Oh, hey, 3 points.
Or maybe this was points assigned in that mythical thing that doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think anybody knows what we're talking about.
I certainly don't, but I'm going to pretend like I do. I have to say, Mark, I'm going to give you a bonus 2 points for going along with the theme for today.
Thank you.
Because we are all going to die.
We're gonna die!
Give me big fancy hair, dear editors, for just a moment, as I say, aliens!
You know, man, really ask a lot of the editors, you know.
Just cut my hair out and put it on Wade. Or Mark's.
I feel like that's even harder.
Or you can just shave Mark and make him bald for a minute and give me his hair. I don't care.
I feel like there is hair assets online that are already cut out and transparent. You want them to cut out my hair and your hair and put it on his head?
Yeah, cutting out my hair is really difficult.
I didn't say yours. I said his. You think his is you? It's his is Bob.
Boop, boop, done.
Wow. Have you made a thumbnail?
2015.
Do you not make your thumbnails?
Dude, it's me. Do you think I do much? I'm always busy, but I never do anything. I don't even know how to... I had to Google how to install Adobe Acrobat. So, like, yeah, I've not done thumbnails. But enough about me. Let's talk about...
The hell's that?
Aliens, guys. The congressional hearings on aliens happened, and I didn't read anything into it, so I don't know what the hell they said, but apparently somebody important was like, aliens, the real!
So you're doing this whole episode just so we can tell you what happened instead of you going looking at an article?
I'm the host. I decide what we do.
That's such a good topic idea, though. You see a thing and you're like, oh, that's so cool. I wish somebody would spend some time researching that for me and then tell me about it.
If only I had a way to learn about it. So here we are.
Wow. Oh, man, this is great.
But hey, it'll be so easy for you to get points because I won't know if what you're saying is true or not.
You're right. Okay. Well, I'll kick it off by saying that the alien-human hybrid breeding programs were probably the most interesting part of that hearing.
Is that a thing?
The deep analyses and terabytes of video content that were unleashed upon the unsuspecting people were really, really, really cool.
So we got Alien Hub?
Oh, clever.
Not clever enough to make him laugh, but clever.
Anytime I get a compliment, I take it.
Okay, well, I didn't watch the hearings.
Well, Bob, you are going to win this episode so easily.
You love space, Mark, and aliens come from space.
Well, they aren't intrinsically linked. Well, okay, they are, but they're not extrinsically linked for sure. Absolutely.
They're extrinsically linked.
Extrinsically definition. Who in a way that comes from outside or is not related to someone or something. Aliens aren't people, so
you can't be extrinsically linked to anything because extrinsic things aren't related to things.
I rest my case.
You're not wrong, which doesn't mean you're right, but means you're not wrong.
Being not wrong is extrinsically linked to being right.
Well, I didn't see the diagrams that you're talking about, Mark.
3 points for sex. Your turn, Bob.
Mine could have sex in it. But the part that I liked is these guys had already talked, but a couple like Army, Air Force, Naval people talked about their like experiences seeing alien ship type things. One, they insist on calling them UAPs, which is like unidentified aerial
phenomena,
instead of calling them UFOs or whatever. But
I thought UAP was the like birth control you had put into your arm. What is that?
An IUD?
That's it. I thought those were bombs.
That does not go in your arm. Do you know what IUD stands for?
Internal urine distributor.
Try again.
In underwear dick. I don't know.
No.
Inebriated underarm dispenser.
Okay.
Inevitable universal diary.
I don't think we need to fill him in on what it is, because that's not the subject of today.
Okay, next time I host,
it's going to be sex ed and teaching Wade all about the various ins and outs. I get it.
We had like one day of sex ed growing up, and health class covered a lot more than sex. I have no idea. I thought girls had a third pee hole for forever, remember? So like...
I do remember that.
That's true. Well, maybe we should team up and do an episode where we actually teach you what the birds and bees are all about.
We did Bobs and the Bees. We have not done birds.
Yeah, totally different topic.
What about aliens and the bees?
Oh, if that'll get you more interested, sure. 2.5 bees.
Bees.
So aliens, right? Bob, were you going to say something or did we get derailed?
These guys had already talked, right? There were already a couple like ex-military people who had talked about they saw things. They saw little tic-tac ships while they were flying their jets and whatever. But I just love hearing them talk about it because it's like, it just has that vibe of like at any moment, any one of the Congress people listening or anyone could have just been like, I think he's making it up. Like, it just has this weird vibe to it, right? Because it's a very official guy, a military guy in a suit, very straight-laced, like, and he's just like, yeah, we were flying our jets, on this heading at this speed, and we intercepted the object on the radar, and when we got there, it was this little tic-tac thing, and it just took off, and it traveled 30,000 miles in 2 seconds, and everyone was like, that's not physically possible, but they tell the story like they're recounting, a military thing they did, it's like an official thing, but like everyone listening is just kind of like, okay, aliens, right? Cool. We're all hearing this, right? I don't know, just the whole vibe. Congressman asks such good questions. We all saw during the TikTok hearings and the Facebook hearings how in-depth and detailed the congressional questions can get at these hearings. I don't know, just the whole vibe is like, feels surreal in a way that's very funny to me.
It is strange because at the end of the day, okay, this is what Congress is supposed to do, right? In an ideal world, Congress is supposed to represent the interests of the people, right? And if a lot of people are like, hey, are these real? It's not strange to have a hearing where everyone gets around like, is it real? Here's the experts that say maybe or not. Let's get it all out in the open. Technically speaking, that is what government is supposed to do. It's supposed to open up these conversations. Now, whether or not it's true is not what was determined in these hearings. It's just a platform for people to say things. Now, what those people do for a living or what their jobs were before coming there is important to this, to like whether or not they actually have any validity to what they're saying. But that is where it's interesting, because these three main people were all high-ranking military officers. That doesn't mean automatically that you should believe everything that they say, but it is interesting because if there were something out there, then the military would probably at least have a clue, right? They would at least have an idea.
They're watching, radars and systems, and they're doing that most people don't have access to. So sure.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes down to people on this, they mostly focus on, yes, there actually are these videos that were like released by the CIA or FBI or someone like years ago, like 10 years ago now. There was like people in fighter jets, and they were like, literally you can hear the pilots going like, what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah. Jesus Christ, did you see that thing move? And it's so weirdly normal, right? Because it is.
It's exactly the footage from that movie about that thing too. Like the pilot is like, whoa, look at that. Are you guys seeing that? It's like, this is so painfully scripted, like, but it is how people are.
That is like literally, if you'd think that it would be like, oh, what? Like YouTuber reacting in your fighter pilot, like, oh my God. Like just a thumbnail face. Oh,
that's how I make my thumbnails.
But no, it's just like, wow. And then people were kind of like, yeah, we saw some shit, but I don't know what it was. I don't know.
He claimed that they recovered non-human biological stuff too at one point, right?
No, I like that too. There were a couple exchanges, and this is paraphrasing, but there were a couple exchanges where the congressperson is like looking at the guy who's recounting his story about alien stuff, and the congressperson is just like, so did you have like contact with the alien that was like piloting this thing or what? And the military guy's like, yeah, we did recover some wreckage. And we did look inside, and we did discover some non-human biologicals. And the congressperson's like, so aliens? And he's like, non-human biologicals. Just say it, man. Come on.
Which could be anything. Like technically, animals are non-human biologicals.
You open up the spacecraft and it's just a sunflower. It's like, what the fuck?
All aliens are flowers.
It's that sunflower from that TikTok where it's strapped onto a post in a tornado, and it's all whoa, whoa, whoa. Just wanted to fly around a little bit.
I love your visual references today, Bob. You just so much more
physical when I'm standing up, guys.
I know. That just convinced me that I need to go back to recording Let's Play standing desk, because I can do this. I just get so tired.
I know, my feet hurt.
I even have like a pad that's like all for my feet, but it's still like, oh man, I'm so tired. I don't want to do that.
You know what they should invent? A kind of chair that you strap onto your legs that hold them in a straight upward like position, and then cup your cheeks. And so you can be like sitting, but also you're like standing.
I'm looking it up. Standing chair.
What if it's designed with like two giant skinny arms coming up and just grabbing your cheeks?
Oh, even better. It's a thing that you install in the floor, and you just squat over it, and it's all...
Oh my God, it exists. I found it. I'm gonna buy it immediately. Wait, hang on, let me.
Is this something that costs like $80 on Amazon or like $9,000 on Kickstarter?
I only saw the picture just now, so let me hold on a second.
Kickstarter, the standing chair.
If humans were meant to be stitting, we already would be. This is a priceless invention. It allows you to do all things at all times.
Behold, stitting.
So this has the vibe of like, because there are wheelchairs for people with disabilities that basically do this, but it's a much more, you're like strapped in and it's secure because it's generally for people who are paralyzed or otherwise unable. This has the vibe of like a guy saw those wheelchairs and was like, why can't I get one of those?
They could also combine this with like a Segway and have it like automatically take you around too.
Oh no, dude, you gotta put a mount for a Segway on it. So you just get the little 2-wheel thing in the back, and then when you sit on it, you got little bars that you pull.
What happened to all the old, were they called Swagways? Is that what it was?
That's one of the big brands, wasn't it? I thought, or is that?
Because like didn't those have highly explosive volatile batteries that people definitely did not throw away properly?
Yeah, no, there's like landfills around the world filled with exploding Swagway batteries, 100%.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Alien batteries.
Oh, right. Aliens. We're talking about aliens.
Aliens would be down with stitting, I'm pretty sure.
Aliens love stitting. All they do is stit.
How do they distinguish between talking about unidentified aerial phenomenon that are extraterrestrial versus, like, I don't know, Bolivia made an airship that's different than anything we've ever seen or something?
Well, I think that's kind of the point of the classification, right? Initially, you get something and you're like, we don't know what this is. It's an unidentified aerial phenomenon. But then, you look at photos or whatever and you're like, oh, actually, it's just a drone. But this one, they looked at it and they were like, oh, it's a big flying tic-tac.
Okay, so UFOs are still a thing, but UAPs are a section of UFO that's alien?
I would say it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh.
UAPs encompass all UFOs because they're all, as if they fly, they're airborne phenomenon that are unidentified. But all UAPs are not UFOs. There are other things that can be unidentified aerial phenomenon.
What if aliens can't fly and they just have really amazing slingshot technology? And they like rear it back and just...
Like an Angry Birds based race.
I think I saw that. Angry Birds in Space. I do believe that was a documentary.
There's a planet way the hell far away just flinging red orbs around. Every once in a while we see one and astronomers are like, whoa, is that a devil asteroid? Holy shit.
Well, tell me more, boy. Go ahead, Mark.
With this tic-tac thing, that is a common theme that everyone seems to be, which is interesting because we went from flying saucers to tic-tac shaped things. So now, why would there have been a shift in the general understood mentality of like a saucer versus a tic-tac shape? Because those are extremely different shapes. It is very unlikely that one would be mistaken for the other. And why suddenly, when there's actually like fighter jets encountering whatever these UAPs are, why are they suddenly in a tic-tac shape?
Well, maybe 70 years ago they were like the saucer shape, but they've been going so fast for so long it like stretched them out, and now they're tic-tac shaped from all the overuse.
He's got it. He's cracked the code. He's done it.
I like to imagine that the way humans view UFOs is just a perfectly accurate timeline and history of the development of this other species spacecraft. So they used to have saucers, but then Glorplo developed a new kind of fusion drive, and it requires a different sort of radiation shield. And so they had to move to sort of a more oblong shape, and they got tired of the polished chrome look because that's a little much. So they went to more of like a matte, like, I don't know, maybe that's just how it works. Look at our spacecraft. Like, they haven't changed that much, if I'm honest. But if you go from like the early rockets to like the space shuttle, that's kind of interesting. It's just an airplane strapped onto a rocket, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. They could have gone through technological advancement. I'm sure that they have discovered. Aliens surely embody the glory that is capitalism and have companies and corporations that are innovating and competing all year long.
Well, if they're that advanced, they probably don't, because their society still exists.
You don't think they have a fantastical billionaire named Gleelon Blusk who operates Space Y and makes very aesthetically pleasing interstellar spaceships while he poorly manages their Chirp Chirp app?
Well, they made most of their advancements when he was working with Glil Glades, but now that they're not working together anymore.
A lot of G's in this alien language. They really latched on to just a couple consonant sounds and stuck with them.
But the basics is most of what was talked about in these hearings, I believe, was just the idea that there was this reverse engineering program around recovered, crashed whatevers. They never said that they were definitively aliens. They never said they were definitively from another planet or anything like that. There was nothing definitive out there, but they did kind of definitize that there was a recovery program, which doesn't, what does that mean? Like, what is it?
Unsubstantiated by like official government statements or whatever.
Sure,
yeah, they basically did say the U.S. government is in possession of, I think, more than one crashed UAP ship of some sort, craft, item, whatever.
Yeah.
So they have wreckage and are doing the thing that they did in that Will Smith movie where they open it up and try and figure out how it works,
and then
whatnot.
create a computer virus that could really just like bone over all of those super advanced alien computers. Definitely, for sure.
Maybe that's why they're pill shaped. It's like a bus or an airplane, so they can have more passengers. Maybe we're the zoo for the aliens, so they get on their little pill shaped ships and they come and they fly by to see us.
Dude, that's a recurring nightmare that I have. You know the Futurama episode where Fry and Leela get the like free vacation to the planet that's like the pleasure planet where the robots are full service and they give you anything you want. They're actually just in an exhibit in a zoo where it's like the human exhibit on some other planet that some species. It's like the ape planet or the monkey planet, and they all go and walk through and see them doing stuff.
I mean, if there were aliens, they were here just to observe, why wouldn't they take some back just to be like, hey, look at these weirdos. Hey, look at those weirdos. And they got their haul of aliens here. Like, why not? We're the aliens to them.
Some of them would definitely be like that. Those people, right, where you're like at the Grand Canyon and there's all these signs that are like, don't pick up rocks and take them with you. It destroys the environment. Some of them would be like, let's pull over by this cornfield and suck a couple hicks up with a tractor beam on our way out. No one will miss them.
I'd like to think they don't have a tractor beam, actually, and then just lower a rope down. And they're like, come on! It's got a hook in the end and with like a Twinkie on the hook. Yeah. And it's just like, come on, grab it. Got one! And then yank it up really hard.
What if it's the car extended warranty people and the people that fall for that are the ones they take back?
So all spam callers are from aliens? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not saying that.
All right, okay. Anyway. Aliens. So you know what is alien? Octopi.
I think they're Earth creatures.
No. They're aliens.
Go on.
They're aliens.
Okay. Expound.
Oh, expound. Okay. All right. I was just making a statement. No. So octopus.
Pussies.
Octopuses.
Octopusi.
Octopusum.
Octopusums. So octopusums, they basically have really weird genetics.
Yeah, they have tentacles, dude, and they spit ink.
Exactly. This is exactly what I'm saying. Octopuses are weird. They have stop.
Wait, you say that so unsure of yourself. That's what makes it funny.
The shame in your voice is what made me laugh.
Octopus. Anyway, octopi have many more genes than humans, right? So we have about 23,000, something like that, genes. They have 33,000. I don't know if that's the most. What species has the most genes? It's octopi. We had 33,000. It is octopi. They have the most complex genome of any creature, and I'm sure that there's history to them you can trace back, and they are Earth-based, for sure. They're not really aliens, but there's a reason why a lot of like mythology revolves around like tentacled creatures, and like Cthulhu is like a great, tentacled beast from the deep or whatever, or something like that. But their ability to exercise these genes and their complexity of structure is just of another level that very few other organisms on Earth can even compare to. Their ability to manipulate so many different appendages, like with dexterity, their intelligence versus their size, and even their neurological structure is incredibly diverse. Their ability to camouflage themselves by exerting changes on their skin at the speed at which they are and the control at which they are really, really impressive feats. Not only in the environment that they're in, but also just like the fact that it's just like this just came about. And I'm not saying like it's like they're just automatically aliens here, but what if? Here's a thought experiment. What if a few million years ago, there was a crashed alien ship that had non-human biologics inside of it, and then it crashed into the ocean or something like that, and then that DNA basically spilled out into the ocean. It was eaten and anything, like some things ate it and probably died, and some things ate it and they just moved on. But those fragments of DNA might have spilled out into the oceans and then led and influenced the evolution of certain creatures that led to these weirdly progressed and advanced offshoot of a species that was octopuses.
It did it again.
Also, we all know what is clearly the best shape container to put octopuses inside of tic-tac shape.
Oh my God.
Right?
You cracked the code. You know what, Mark? Like 37 points for cracking the code.
Yes! Well, I put the tic-tac thing together. How much is that worth?
You know what, Bob? 37 points for cracking the code.
Yeah, we did it, Mark. We did it together.
No, I'm sad. I'm not laughing. Shut up.
This is how I cry.
So this isn't my theory, but I just want to say that I didn't just come up with this, and I'm not some either crazy person or genius, depending on how right this is. But this was kind of a thing. There was a project called the Octopus Genome Project, which was to break, like, same with the Human Genome Project, to like analyze all the genes that are in the human sequence or in the octopuses sequence. Octopuses sequence.
That's worse somehow.
But yeah, no, they have like a lot of genes, a lot of them. They got a lot of them.
You said we have 23,000, so they have like basically a third more.
50% more even.
Well, we're 2/3 of we're 2/3 of them.
Okay, well that's okay. This is unhelpful because I don't know what's correct anymore. It says there's 100,000 human genes, and I'm like, okay, what's? I just googled that.
That's a dramatically different number.
That's a very different number. How many genes in octopus? Okay, so that's the same number as before, but that's quoting the same article that I saw. Okay, this says it has 162 million protocadaran genes.
Huh?
No, 162 multi-exonic protocadaran genes. Sorry.
Oh.
What?
I don't know. Either way, cephalopods are weird. So this says there's 25,000 in Homo sapiens. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Apparently, water fleas have one of the most complex genomes.
Huh?
According to who? Science?
According to Google, people also ask.
Ah, well, they always know.
Granted, that was news 13 years ago. So.
Well, so look, can I just pose a question then?
Sure.
This is all very interesting discussion, getting back to like the congressional hearing, right? And presumably, like, we're a big country, but we're not the only country in the world who's probably encountered these things, UAPs, whatever. If they exist and they're flying around, they probably don't only come to where Americans are. If our government did recover some alien craft and non-human biologic, is it a huge deal that they did that in secret? Or are people just, nosy Nancy's who really want to know what's going on, but like the government probably doesn't know what's going on with it either? It's a bunch of guys standing around like poking, whatever, or like holding pieces together like, yeah, this looks like, what about this? Is that something? I don't know. That just look, is this a big deal? Because when I hear this, it's cool, but a lot of people online are like, they're lying to us. And it's like, they kept a secret, but also, what are they going to tell us? Yeah, we have an alien. No, we don't know how it works. That's it.
I saw a post where someone was talking about how other governments around the world have come out and talked about this stuff in the past. It's just we don't have government collaboration on it. So therefore, it seems like a big deal, especially when the U.S. does something because they're the ones that, I don't know, we hear about being here in the U.S. I don't know. I kind of feel the same way about aliens as I do ghosts. Like, that's not entirely true. I believe aliens exist. As far as aliens being here, you'd think like, I don't know, Farmer John or TikTok Alice or somebody would encounter them other than the government. So they would have had something to share about it that's more definitive than just like weird ass dot in the sky. And with ghost footage, it's the same thing. Like, it's fun to look at, but like, I've not seen anything to show me that an alien's been here or a ghost's been here. And you can show me a tic-tac-y thing in the sky, but it's like, that doesn't tell me much.
Isn't it telling, or maybe just interesting to you at all, that the government is not any more or less specific about it? Because like with ghosts, as your example, right? There are tons of people who go ghost hunting, who get footage of things and are like, look at that. That's an orb. You can see it. And there's like, clearly there's something in the footage that you could see that is difficult to explain or maybe completely explainable. But the government would look at that and be like, we don't think that's ghosts. Sorry, we think that's an artifact or something. But with the aliens, even the government is like, it was like a ship, like a tic-tac shaped thing, and then it went so fast. they're not saying, no, we didn't see it, but they're also not saying, like, we know what's happening, we know what this is. They're saying the same shit that the farmer says, where it's like, I don't know, how did it do that?
Sure, I find it interesting. It's just I'm not convinced.
Because the strangest thing, though, is we kind of have verified footage of something. We don't know what that something was, right? There's the whole branch, and we've kind of talked about this before, where we have, at least on the government and military level, technology that is not available or known to the general public. Trump basically did this when he showed those satellite images and was like, look at this enemy base. And then everyone looked at the pictures and was like, wait, we don't have tech that can zoom that much from a satellite, do we? And then everyone was like, oh, well, I guess we do, actually. So there's plenty of technology that any country of sufficient development in the world would have secret and not share with anyone else, unless it's like a very small ring, and US especially. And if there's one thing I've discovered from my experience with YouTube, is that sometimes it's very easy for an organization to get so big that they don't even know what's going on in another department that is in the same building as them. And that is very true for YouTube. And therefore, the government being as large as it is, there is no way that everyone in the government, even at the highest level, knows what's going on in the other.
They represent us, man. They have to know. They're all competent, brilliant, charismatic, intelligent people.
Yeah, because what if you are like testing an experimental craft and it's like tic-tac shaped and you're from some department and you go, boom, boom, all right, command, we're doing the, you look out your window and you see a fighter jet and you're like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. What do you do? Get out of there. Where? Where? No, not there. Go the other way. Ah, frick. Ah, he sees me. He's locked onto me. Just go. Max speed. But I haven't even tested it. Just get out of there. And then out of there. And that's some other military department. And that's totally plausible. I would believe that. Except maybe they're speaking Russian when that conversation's happening. But it still could happen.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's interesting, but like until there's like something that's like in front of me that is without a doubt an alien creature walking around, like I don't know, smoking an alien cigarette, flying an alien craft, hard for me to be like, dude, aliens, they're definitely here. I think they definitely exist. I don't know that they're definitely been here.
Well, Wade, I have terrible news because I just got word that this topic has been covered in many, many movies. So you're just stealing again from Independence Day, Aliens, Close Encounters. Man, there's just a lot of movies that you are stealing from today, and that is not cool.
You actually fully plagiarized episodes 3, 17, and 39 of the X-Files.
And I think we've done a podcast episode about aliens before, but this was like new news on it, so I wanted to talk about the new stuff. So I mean, I'm even plagiarizing our own content at this point. So maybe I've stolen so much information for this episode that it makes it unique and that it's just pure thievery.
We'll leave that up to the subreddit, but I would get your affairs in order.
Yeah, the subreddit really never has your back, Wade. I wouldn't expect it to jump to your defense on this one either.
Well, just to be safe, I guess I'll have my affairs in order. Am I going to be executed for this?
Can I have your house since I live so close?
Do you want to move again?
Can I have your house? I'll move back to Cincinnati if you're dead.
Ooh, no, yeah, do that. Mark has to move back if he does, but then he gets the house.
You know, I'll add you guys to the list, but I feel like maybe my wife should be, I don't know, up there.
She doesn't need a whole house.
She doesn't need a whole house.
Well, if I'm dead, you guys can try to make it distract the house or something. Sure, why not? You know, good luck.
All right.
Not my problem anymore once I'm gone. I don't care.
Until the alien ghosts get you, and then they're going to bring you back around and torture you forever.
What if that was our first actual encounter of both, was an alien ghost?
Dude, have you guys seen that movie? Have you seen the animated movie Final Fantasy?
I did, yeah.
That was a very controversial movie for like the animation techniques that they used, I think, back when it came out. But I actually really enjoyed that movie back in the day. Ghost aliens.
It didn't really land for a lot of people because it was like really out there, but I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was definitely weird, but I remember watching it, and while I was watching it, I was kind of like, what's happening now? But then it finished, and I was like, yeah, shit.
What? I thought Final Fantasy was a video game series. What is this?
No, it's a movie.
Which I don't actually know if it has any affiliation to the game franchise at all.
I think it does, but I don't know what.
Interesting. It has ghost aliens? Galians or Alosts? I like Alosts.
Keep working on that.
The Walking Aled.
Now, you don't have to right now. You need to work on that later.
Delians.
Keep working.
Zemblians.
Work harder.
Eliambes.
Change.
Elitons.
Change.
Gellians.
Change.
Scallions.
Change.
Aeltasms. Phalians.
Oh, you can't change yourself. You're Aeltasms.
Aeltasms.
That was the one. You got there.
Octopuslians.
Oh, yeah. Aeluses. Alussi.
All right.
We got there. So what were we looking up? Did we win?
Did we win?
I believe you were in the middle of saying that I am the winner, probably.
Oh, okay. Was that right, Mark?
I was looking up property in Cincinnati, so I must have overlooked.
Fucking hate you.
I really was.
Sure, yeah. Just to so you could say that to me later and be like, oh man.
I was looking at. No, I was. I'll share my screen right now. I was. See.
Oh, $7.9 million. What we got here?
Mark, you get the middle part, and then Wade and I each get a wing for our families. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I was thinking that we all just move in.
12 dude, no, 12 bathrooms. I can't do it. I'm out. I can't. No.
Oh, look, we could stare at the ceiling here. That'd be good. Oh, that'd be a dope podcast room. Can you imagine?
We'd be so gentlemanly. 20,000 square feet. Okay.
It's got a large chicken coop.
I'm sorry, is that a closet with a table in it?
Of course. Your closet doesn't have a table?
Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously they do, but that's just a smaller table that I'm used to.
I love that their home gym has empty space. Like, that's strange.
That's for their jazzercise class, Mark.
I feel like you could make the craziest movie in this place.
What is that? Is that a wine cellar?
That's a wine cellar.
Well, you have to have enough for all 12 bedrooms.
Oh, yeah, Bearcats. Go Bearcats. All right.
I mean, I'm with you on that one. Okay.
Ooh, a mahogany pool room.
Oh, revealing personal photos of who lived here.
Oh, they're so blurry. Wow, weird.
Well, now that you've shared it on the podcast, Mark, someone watching is going to buy this $8 million estate before you do.
I don't know. This is our second podcast room for when we get thirsty and hungry.
You buy it and we'll share ownership. We'll split it 3 ways.
All right, guys, everyone listening up, we need to take Distractible to the next level. We have to make this the Distractible house. Look, it's got statues leading up to it. This is our dream. We need we need to work together so that we can live here. And all of our fans will be able to congregate on the lawn when we record. If we get this house, we're all winning. We're all winning. All of us. It's got a golf course and a pond.
It's at least got 1 green.
It's got a golf pad.
I love that. Guys know I love. It's got a swan.
I swear this place is a level from Roller Coaster Tycoon.
This is like the Sims house that you make the first time you turn off money limitations and you're just like,
there is no way that's the front.
Is this a guest house? Is this a side house? It's got a separate barn?
That's the chicken coop.
it's got a butler barn, Mark. That's where you have your butler sitting out.
Oh, of course. Wow.
Oh, 5-car garage, 8-horse barn.
What? It's got a gymnasium.
It's got a basketball attic.
Is that in the barn?
Oh my God. This is Distractible Cult. There's a coop! Guys, this is where the Distractible Cult starts. This is where we bring our future, and it'll protect us from the aliens because together we cannot be stopped. My God.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
That doesn't even show the barn.
Yeah, where the hell is that another property? Dude, all I can think about is the water damage.
Who mowed this?
There's just one guy who lives on a lawnmower. By the time he gets to the other end, it's Sunday night, and he goes back on Monday morning and gets going again.
Do you see how like all the lines are pretty much going that way, but on the top right, it looks like something was going the other way? Is that aliens?
Oh my God. Anyway, This is an exquisite 17-acre private Georgian estate with incredible rooms for entertainment, Distractible, and dining. A cook's kitchen, wine cellar, movie theater, or podcast zone is what we're going to call it. We have this. We have to have this.
We have to do it.
It's 7.9 million. We could probably work that down to a cool 7.5. Last sold in 96 for 2 million. I
wonder how renovated the wiring and electricity. I mean, it'd probably be pretty cheap to rewire a 20,000 square foot place.
Yeah, what do you need? Like pliers and a roll of 8 gauge?
Yeah. This is our future, everybody. Everybody listening at Distractible, this is our future. This is what we're going to work toward. We're going to start the Distractible Kickstarter for the Distractible cult headquarters. You all can live in the barn. We'll all live in every other room, and we'll make the greatest content the world has ever seen. We're going to take the podcast world by storm. I want posters. I want flyers. I want social media campaigns. I want everyone rallying to this cause because it's a cause we all believe in.
I gotta work on my wealthy laugh.
By the time we move in there, Voldemort will be in the attic as well and always haunting us with his voice that will permeate through the house.
Well, I hope you enjoy living there, dude. I hope it's a great house for you.
We,
chef.
Great episode. I'm looking at the numbers here, and I appreciate everything you had to say, Mark, but Bob did tell me a while ago he was in the middle of his victory speech where I'd given him the win, and you never said otherwise, so I guess Bob wins?
Oh.
Because he told me he did.
Take that, Mark.
I could do a coin flip. I've got an actual coin now.
What? I couldn't hear you. Hang on. What are you saying? There's so much.
No, Bob, are you being haunted?
That doesn't sound right. No, I think the episode's over, Win.
Oh, Eltasms are haunting your laundry. Yeah, you win. Please. We already know your house is haunted, man.
That's just the garage, so we're fine in here. I was checking to see if there's any attic access hatches. There's not, so I'm perfectly safe.
At least not ones you can see.
Yeah, well, because they're not there, because I would see them if they existed.
Unless they're made by aliens.
Let's not mix them together, okay? What we have is a classic demonic haunting. This is not an alien thing, okay?
All right, well, fair enough. Winner speech.
Feels great to win, you know? I feel like I really stepped up my game setting-wise.
You really won when you moved back to Ohio, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, no, I won because I'm standing firmly on the ground of the state where Wade already lived, and now I live here too.
You know, I would give Mark 3 wins for coming back to Cincinnati and moving here.
I'll give you 6 wins.
Give me 6 wins? Make it 10.
How much is your house worth?
I will give you 30 wins from my private collection. Those are reserve quality wins.
Whoa, aged wins? Ooh, that's tempting.
I don't think I own that many. I can offer you 6.
I rallied the troops. I imagine that I'll probably get the funds into my personal account any minute now.
When does the Kickstarter close?
Kickstarter closes in whenever people hear this, so you better hurry up. So you're already late.
The link is where you'd expect it to be.
So let's make this house happen. It's not for me, it's for all of us.
Is anything else, Mark, for your loser speech? Is that it?
That was it.
Well, congrats to Bob. Congrats to us, I guess, for our future Distractible estate. And, aliens. Did you do the hair thing again? It's okay. Whatever. We have merch stored at distractablepodcast.com. You can follow us individually. My Skirm, the big Ohio boy now, living that Ohio life. Markiplier, still in California or whatever. Minion777 or Minion777, also an Ohio man. Stay tuned for the next one where Bob will be hosting from who knows where. We'll find out.
Not this room, I hope. It's really hot.
Bob might be naked for the next hosting. Find out. Until then, podcast. Ow.